Hello everyone, welcome back to the SMP Media Center. I'm Faisal Kader and the topic of today's tutorial is going over how to handle camera equipment. So in today's tutorial we're going to set up a podcast studio, and while we do that I'm going to go over how to set up your cameras on tripods, how and where to place your microphones, and how to set up the lighting for the situation. So let's get started. So the scene that I've chosen for this podcast is this nice corner of the SMP Media Center, which on one side we have filled with books and journals to replicate the warm and cozy feel of being in a study area. To add to that, I'm going to make my subject sit on the sofa. So depending on the topic of your podcast, you can play around with different scenes and themes to make the most visual impact. So now let's get on with setting up the equipment for the scene. Let's have a look at our main gear. First of all, our camera. This time I'm using our Lumix GH2 with a 12 to 60mm lens. This will give us the possibility to have a nice tight frame. And since I'm my own subject, I'll be mounting this field monitor on top of the camera so that I can see the frame. And for connecting the field monitor and the camera, I would need a compatible HDMI cable, which converts from normal HDMI to micro HDMI. So let's have a look at the main equipment that I'll be using for the setup. First of all, we have the portable studio lights, which I'll be using to light up the background. They'll also work as our secondary light, as you will see ahead in the video. And then I have this aperture light which with the diffusion thingy, which is going to work as my primary light source. And for the audio, I'll be using this shotgun mic. Most of this equipment will be mounted on light stands like these. So let's have a closer look at how we're going to set up the camera for this scene. So the camera is already on the tripod with the field monitor on top. And now I'm going to zoom in a little so that we have a tight frame. While setting up the camera, make sure that the camera is at level with the subject. So now let's talk about the lighting setup that I've created for this scene. So first of all, we have the two studio lights hidden behind the couch. The purpose of these lights are first to light up the background, and also to put some light on the walls, which is reflecting some soft light towards the subject. So this is the secondary source of light for the scene. Then we have the small aperture light pointing directly towards the subject. Moving on to the audio, the shotgun mic is pointed directly towards the subject, and it is put in a position where it is as close to the subject as it can get without coming into the frame. We need to make sure that all the equipment is hidden away from the frame so that the audience get the most natural and genuine feel out of it. So this is the podcast setup that we have come up with all the lightings and audio and the camera setup. One last thing we need to do is hold this color card in front of the camera so that later on in post-processing we can color calibrate and get the best lighting and skin tones for the subject. This is only one of the many ways that we can use our equipment to set up different scenes for our videos. For more, please reach out to us on Instagram or book an appointment with us on our website so that we can explore different possibilities for setting up the studio for your specific video needs.